Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you like these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update this channel daily. If you like this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing the direct descendant of the most important Rolex of them all. 1933's Oyster Perpetual combined the Oyster water-resistant case with the Perpetual automatic winding system. The rest is history, and the direct heir to that seminal reference which stands above any GMT, Daytona, or Submariner in historical import in Geneva. This is the Oyster Perpetual 36mm 116000 904L stainless steel automatic winding water-resistant Oyster case as ever, and a timepiece that anyone can wear on a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. My 16 centimeter circumference wrist gives scale. Though 36 millimeters in diameter, it wears a little bit smaller. It's slim, though not ultra-thin. At 11.9 millimeters thick, it features a dome-style bezel rather than the fluted gold or the conical steel more often seen on Rolex models outside the Oyster Perpetual family. Lug-to-lug, a very compact 44.2 millimeters, and even with the solid end links of the bracelet, you're going to find it's a very manageable 45.7 millimeters across the wrist. 13 centimeter wrists, once again, you're going to feel at home with this one. 20 millimeters is the spacing between the lugs, and the Oyster Perpetual is among the few modern Rolex models that appears just as natural, perhaps even somewhat improved on an aftermarket strap. Anything that would play against the Red Grape coloration, tone, and reflectivity of this dial would be a perfect choice. Now, the bracelet is a wonderful piece in its own right. Satin finished. This is an entry-level Rolex, so the only polish you're going to find is on the outer facing. Big gaps on the underside to vent the wrist, avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. Sizable links removed by screws. A clasp with a straight-through satin finish rather than the straight-through polish of the flagship pieces, and a stamped rather than raised Rolex crown. This is Rolex's vertical trigger system. Some mistake it for a friction fit system. It's not that. There's actually a horn and beak with a pivoted internal trigger that acts to release by mechanical action rather than simply prying open as on a friction fit system. You will note there is no Rolex Easy Link here. However, if we see if we can find a good light angle to capture this. There are 3 individual mounting points inside the clasp, so you can use a strap tool with the spring bar internally to preset the bracelet anchoring to 3 different positions inside the clasp. So though it has no easy link, it does have the potential for micrometric adjustments. The timepiece is all of high polish with the exception of satin finished lug hoods. It's a fluid, simple, and sensuous case band that owes more to the Datejusts and the Daytonas and the day dates than it does to any of the Supercase, GMT, Sea Dweller, or Submariner sports watches. The domed bezel is elegant, gives the watch the appearance of a little bit more volume and presence on the wrist. We can afford ourselves some more light and see the Red Grape dial, part of the class of 2015, one of several dials that clearly pushed Rolex outside its traditional comfort zone. It's a handsome look, and with a full set of applique white gold indices, white gold hands, white gold Rolex coronet, it's rich. It has several focal planes. It's deep. It's textured and dynamic with an explosive reaction to direct light. And at the same time, it has a color and a warmth that endears it to you. I wouldn't call it an anti-Rolex statement. I would call it a kinder, gentler, and more approachable Rolex without any of the hauteur of some of the GMT, Daytona, and Submariner style flagship models. You will note that the timepiece features no date, nicely balanced. Some folks don't love the Cyclops eye magnifier, and so you won't have it here, but you still have the same sports style architecture about the movement. Automatic winding, bidirectional, 28,800 vibrations per hour, 48 hours of power reserve, twin lock crown, 100 meters of water resistant, and I talked about the sports watch architecture. Full balance bridge with a free sprung balance for shock resistance, overcoil hairspring for resistance to positional or gravitationally induced timing deviation. Watches typically change their rate in different positions. The overcoil cancels that out. And Rolex's proprietary niobium zirconium blue oxidized parachrom blue anti-magnetic hairspring. It does feature hacking or stop seconds, so you can set it precisely. It's a 31 jewel movement like its big brothers, and it's still submitted to the COSC chronometer test as a bare movement. Rolex then cases it up and tests it as a fully assembled watch to better than COSC standards, better than -2 + 2 seconds per day as per the superlative chronometer test and standard as a fully assembled watch. You can see this throwback to the halcyon days of the first automatic water-resistant Rolex, the Oyster Perpetual 36, on the watch box. And we're back with the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, red grape by day, beautiful glowing green by night. See it on the watch box.